New ultra discount stores will be opening in 3 cities in Ontario. They are coming to Windsor, Brockville, and St. Catharines. And Loblaw Company says they will cut costs by operating with fewer products and some smaller stores. The company says this will reduce prices by 10 to 20%. Joining us this morning with his thoughts on what this means for Canada's grocery industry overall is retail expert Bruce Winder. Good morning.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Thanks for having me on.
So Loblaw has promised 2/3 of the products in these stores will be priced under $5. That sounds amazing. What kind of effect could this have long-term on grocery costs for consumers?
Yeah, I think it's going to bring grocery costs down overall. Because I mean, if you look at this format that they're testing in the three cities, Windsor, St. Catharines, and Brockville, it's really designed, I think, to help people who are really struggling right now. So I think it's going to have a positive impact. You know, they've really stripped out every little piece of cost they can from a traditional no-frills store to hit price points that are really going to make it easier for people.
Yeah, well, the whole point of the no-frills store was to do exactly that, and now they're reducing it further. Canadians have been wanting lower grocery prices for years. What's so different about these stores in particular that they can offer these kind of bargains? I guess I'm curious about, you know, if you've already got a no-frills store, what else is there to cut?
Yeah, believe it or not, there are things to cut from a traditional no-frills store. So, you know, an example is these new test stores are only going to be open from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. There isn't going to be flyer advertising. You can't earn PC Express optimum points. There's a lower SKU count, a lower product count. Instead of 7,000 products to choose from, you only have 1,300. Used fixtures, less frozen food. So all the little things that make operating a grocery store expensive, they've sort of peeled all those back, pardon the pun, and they're just doing everything they can to try to hit the absolute lowest price they can for consumers.
It's interesting, traveling in the U.S. last year, we saw stores similar to this, where again, we went to look for eggs and milk, and they said, we don't have any dairy here. It's almost strictly packaged foods. Is that sort of the way forward?
I think it is for a lot of consumers who they're targeting, the folks who are really struggling. Those consumers seem to be okay with buying some of their dry goods in one location at a very low price and maybe getting some of their dairy elsewhere. There's also protein alternatives too. So it's just a different way of shopping. If you look at how Dollarama does it right now, they're very successful by doing something similar. There isn't any frozen goods there. It's all canned goods or box goods. And I think Loblaw is taking a page from that strategy.
Loblaw Company has a new CEO per bank who is behind this strategy. How is this going to impact Loblaw as a company? And can you help me understand how it's more cost effective to make a new store and a new layout than just lower prices across the board?
Yeah, I mean, it's really impossible for Loblaw just to go out and lower prices because they have certain costs that they have to in the stores they run. And there's different price point, there's different services. If you're in a Loblaw store, you get a full service, you get, you know, butcher and all kinds of services there. You strip it all out and you can offer lower prices. And I think that this is, you know, what Loblaw has seen, and they're not the only one, is consumers have gravitated toward more value shopping.
Yeah.
So you're seeing more of the volume move from, say, Loblaw or Superstore into no frills. And they're not alone. The other grocers are feeling the same way. So I think they're just listening to Canadians and sort of building something. It's a lot easier to build something and test it instead of trying to switch a whole chain over to a new concept without proof being in the pudding.
You mentioned other grocers. Is this the way forward for them?
It could be. I mean, you know what? I think they're all watching with bated breath to see what happens here with this new concept, and perhaps they will have to launch something similar themselves. It all depends on how this test works out and how they feel about their own brands and where they want to go in the market.
All right, retail expert Bruce Winder, good to have your take on this. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.